Welcome to the 2021 Heritage Fair, brought to you by Heritage Patrimoine Cornwall in partnership with your TV Cogeco. Due to the pandemic, the annual fair at Cornwall Square has been cancelled for February 20th, but in its place, we have this series for you. Today's features Heritage Patrimoine Cornwall and Friends of Crysler Farm Battlefield.
Hello, my name is Ginette. I'm a member of Heritage Patrimoine Cornwall, and that committee is a committee of council. So it means that we put in an application, we are selected, and we work with council and Cornwall Planning. And what we do is we advise them on heritage matters, so heritage property, designation of properties, and changes to any property that is on the designated list. We also have a register of properties of interest. So there are properties that are not designated, but they are of heritage interest, so historical by the person that lived there or an association who built them. So there is a register if anybody's interested to see what we have in the way of designated property or which properties are on the heritage register. You can look on our website, heritagepatrimoinecornwall.ca, and you will see at the top there's an access to the register. Aside from looking at the designated properties and designated properties and property of interest, our focus there would be mostly about demolition. So we would recommend whether somebody is looking to get rid of a property, if it's a heritage designated property or property of interest, whether there's alternatives. Because Cornwall has lost a lot of heritage properties and sites through time, and sometimes through nobody's fault, fires or things like that. But we do make recommendation, and we do try to stop demolition of properties if there are any other ways that they can be solved. We're also working on recognizing the historic square mile, because years ago Cornwall was really 1 square mile, and we would like to work on plaquing the street corners so that there is a recognition that a certain area is within the historic square mile of town.
It is a goal one day to differentiate these areas, but with the street signs, by adding the neighborhood names like Beaconsfield or Smithville and all the other neighborhood areas. We use the money we receive from a grant from the city to do some of the work that we do for the city, like the plaquing projects and research, and this all requires a little bit of money.
In our second segment, Gabriele Thomas is here to speak about Friends of Crysler Farm Battlefield.
On November the 11th, in the morning hours, the battle started. The Americans didn't really want to fight. They had not sought out this battle, but there were the British just kind of sitting there on this open field, and it was just too much of a temptation. You had the river on one side, you had the woods on the other side, and there was a large ravine between the Americans and the British. So the fighting started, and even though the Americans greatly outnumbered the British, 4,000 to about 800, that didn't matter because they were still not matched up at all. The Americans suffered from sickness, they were badly equipped, they were badly led, whereas the British were well disciplined and well led, and they ended up, after about 3 hours, they actually won the battle, and the Americans retreated to the other side of the river, back to the American side.